Vinney Chopra, a man who took $7 to a portfolio of over $250 million in apartment investing. He mentors and coaches to make apartment syndication easy. Each week, he will share his expertise, tricks, trades, and golden nuggets how to master the art of syndication to bring cash flow streams to your business, to change your life for the better. Here is Mr. Smiles.
Syndication Made Easy with Vinney Chopra, also known as Mr. Smiles. Mr. Smiles is one of the top syndication investors in the U.S. to date. He has an incredible story. He came to this country with only $7 in his pocket. You can actually check out his story on Amazon.com with his book, Apartment Syndication Made Easy. Go check that out. You can check out his story there. It's pretty unique. And also, you can also check him out on Facebook Live. Is that still at 10 o'clock in the morning?
It sure is. 10 o'clock Friday, Alicia. Yeah. Hi, everybody. This is Chopra, and some of you have seen me, watched me on all the social media and everything like that. Very humbled. We live right here near San Francisco in Black Hawk, Danville, and it's been an exciting journey about going from single family homes all the way investing into multifamily apartment investing and syndication world and so on. So no, you're right. We do have a show. I've been doing it for about a year and a half, which was Syndication Made Easy on Fridays at 10 a.m. Facebook Live. I have a new co-host over there now, Bo Eckstein, who is very popular TV star right here in the Bay Area. And Vinney and Bo Show, it's called. Vinney and Bo Show. We have a logo now and everything, Alicia. So we're really going big in the Silicon Valley in San Francisco with that show.
Well, no, that's awesome. And guys, each week, Mr. Smiles will be teaching his golden nuggets right here for free. It's awesome. I can't wait to bring them to you each week. And Mr. Smiles, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. So do you want to know what we're going to be talking about today?
Yeah, I need to know. I don't know the topic. You're right.
So today we're going to talk about analyzing a deal. So this is prior to the LOI.
Oh, okay.
So this is kind of long. This would probably be, well, I don't know. I guess it depends on which parts we get into. But talk to me about what goes into okay, so you finally get a good deal or what you think is a good deal from a broker in your hands. Mm-hmm. Now what?
Perfect. That's so great. Thank you, Alicia. I would say I'll just kind of take you through the steps that I teach in my academy and also what I do. You know, when a broker is giving me a deal, it depends how it's packaged. You know, I talk in my book also, Alicia, as you know, about napkin listing and pocket listing and pre-pocket listing and the office listing like that. Thank you. You know, the big thing is the sooner you find out where the address of that property is, you want to go and do several different checkups. One, definitely in analyzing the deal, you want to see the neighborhood. You want to see the police report. You want to see where the schools are, how the schools are rated. You want to see the demographics. You want to see the, the earning power of the, household, how much they are. How much is this? And then what are the single family homes amounting to sales wise? What's their price? Because if they're going to be living in your B community, let's assume that, or B plus community, how quickly they'll shift into buying their own home. Of course, if you're looking into C community or C minus, where in a good area of B, then that's the ideal situation. So I hope you've done a good job of segmenting where you are asking the brokers to give you the leads, I call it. So now from that lead, you want, after you have done all this research, you do, of course, also the apartmentsratings.com, Google reviews, all the different things. You want to know as much about that property as much possible. The brokers will only tell you as much they want to tell you, but your job is to be a detective and to find out everything about that, property. So let's go to the second stage of it. You like that, you got this property. Now we have to do the I call it at a 20,000 feet above, like macro, not micro, but macro analysis of the deal. What happens is you look at the total rents and total collections, any kind of rubs they have, which is the utilities bill back system, all that, and any other incomes, that is through laundry machines or vending machines, all that stuff, or even parking fees or cable, all that is added on as, in the income. Then you take 50%, just as a ballpark figure, 50% as expenses. So very quickly, you'll be able to figure out total income, make it in half. That is your NOI, net operating income. Now, net operating income, then you find out, talking to the brokers and other people around there, looking at the comparison of any apartment buildings that were sold in the neighborhood, what's the cap rate? Now, cap rate is capitalization rate of return on the money invested, and that is high cap rate means the valuation is low. Lower cap rate means the valuation is high. More expensive properties will have low cap rate. More cheaper properties will have high cap rate. So what I'm trying to say is you take the NOI, the total income, divided by 50%, half of it, then divided by the cap rate of 7%, let's say, right? So when you divide that net operating income, NOI, by 7%, you come up with some number. That is the fair value of that property, just on a macro level. All right. So that's when you ask the broker, by the way, what's the whisper price? Okay, that's a new term. Whisper price. Keep a whisper, yeah. Just a whisper price. And that is the thing which the seller is hoping to get, or the broker is hoping to get the buyer to pay. And that is the highest number. Okay, please listen to this one now. Whisper price is not going to be a lower number, guys. Why would they give you a lower number and say it's a whisper price and give me that much? Whisper price is always higher number. So you put that in your underwriting tool, which is, we have very extensive underwriting. My students tell me, Vinney, you have so well organized. Everything is so nicely done that one changes over here or there, you could control the whole worksheet, by increasing rents and by year, and, the cap rates, you can change all that, and, the RUB systems and concessions and delinquencies. So that's a very extensive worksheet which intertwines all the different things. So anybody's interested, join my academy, guys. But let's see, you can also get that tool by itself also. Now we are kind of segmenting a lot of our academy into smaller pieces so that a lot of students can really benefit from the knowledge that, we have put together for you. But let's talk about, now we got some indication from the broker. This is the whisper price, and you came up with some price. You also asked the broker what will be the cap rate that this property would be selling at, because the brokers have a lot better control of the cap rate. Now the C class property or C minus property, cap rate is going to be high. If it's C plus or B minus or B, or B plus, the cap rate keeps on decreasing, gets lower, because you take the same NOI, you divide it by 7, you come up with the valuation, whatever it is, then you divide it by 6, because you're dividing by a lower number. Guess what? The valuation is going to come higher. If you put it at 5 cap rate, oh my gosh, now the valuation is even higher than before. So it's all, the seller wants to sell it at a reasonable price, not too high, not too low, because they know what the buyers are, savvy buyers are going to pay for it, right? So that's how it happens. So that's the deal analyzing you do on a macro level. Now you find out from the broker, hey, if we are very close to it, whisper price or lower than whisper price, it's not $1 million, $2 million, $3 million difference in the property price, then I'll proceed further. Okay. Then I will go further into and say, what are the real incomes, and document them onto our Excel worksheet, which we have all this tool we have designed with the rent mix, we call it rental mix. What's the going rent right now? What's the square footage? All that, right? And what's it per square foot? The rent is now current rent, we call it. And then we put the market rent. That is a huge game also. You want to see what people are paying in the community right now at the apartment community. And then what is the market rent for a similar 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, patio, townhouse, whatever it is. How much are the people paying outside for the similar product? Okay. So similar floor plan or a square footage like that. That gives us from this what people are paying now to the market, what will they be giving us more when we purchase the property. We call it loss of lease. So that's a new word, loss of lease. That means what the residents are paying right now in the community that they are living in. You are purchasing, you are planning to buy. What's the market rent? So the difference between the two per month times 12 times the number of unit is the upside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if the market's here and their rent is here, big gap here, but you can't do anything with it if they're stuck into a lease.
Exactly. So true, Alicia. So that's the next part. We have to put all the expiration of the leases on a calendar. Okay. So let's say if you're going to be purchasing the property in 90 days or 60 days, then you want to take the rent roll and it shows right next to the resident's name when they started the lease, when they're going to end the lease. So you have to graph out how many leases are expiring in January, February, March, April, May, June. You want to see that not too many of them are expiring in one particular month, because that it could be a lot of risky, right there. But you're right. As the leases come due, then only we can increase the rents. Yes, that's so true. Like the Bentley deal we bought, Enzo, multifamily, my good partners and us, we bought it together, $52 million deal right there in Orlando, Florida. And now we have increased the rent by 4%. So about $50, we have increased the rent, which is not bad, $40 to $50. The differential is actually $120 to $175 in that property. So we have a long way to go. But as we move more and more residents into the new leases, we'll be able to increase it. We didn't want to increase too much right away because the word is out,
Yeah. And then not only that, but then what if you can't lease it and then you got empty units?
Exactly. See, that's what I teach we manage all our assets. Guys, as you know, the Monil Investment Group, Monil Management Group, Ideal Investment Group, Ideal Management Group. So I have 4 companies there. And then the 5th is the educational company. And then the 6th will be now another one, oxygen company we are starting. And then we'll have another property management company we are looking at where we can even manage other people's assets. So that's going to be pretty exciting. And then, of course, we're going to have a revenue where we can teach also the property management aspect and provide on a silver platter all the manuals and operational manuals and training and how to place ads and everything. That's something I've been thinking about for a long time, and looks like that also is going to be built into my academy, which is just not the acquisition side, syndication side, but also management side.
Nice. Well, I love it. You always have so many good ideas, and that oxygen ideas, ninja, I'm telling you. But we'll definitely have to chat about that later. But let's get back into the analyzing the deal. So what else are they looking for when they're before they're doing this, before they're giving out the LOI or the $100,000 or the whatever they have to give as a down payment for their LOI.
Exactly.
Once it's accepted, it's a done deal, right?
Exactly. Once you are really sincere that you want that property, of course, once you find out from that macro level, if the property is making sense, by the way, then you go into the extensive underwriting at the actual numbers. Like I was just discussing about the rent roll, all gross potential rent gets shifted into underwriting, and all the, RUB system and all that we discussed today, all that income. Now you go into the underwriting specifically with the taxes, how much you're going to pay in taxes compared to what the seller is showing on their P&L, profit and loss statement. See, they are paying taxes on their basis. We should say, let's say they bought the property 4 years back. So if we are buying it for, let's say 5 million is the price we are thinking, they might have bought it for only 3 million. So their taxes are based on 3 million, but your taxes are going to be based on 5 million. Aha. So a big shift, right?
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Exactly. So that's why it's so important to go to the assessor's office, get the mill rate, and find out the ratio. If the assessed value is 80% of the sales price or 75% of the assessed sales price, like that, there is a ratio. I know in Atlanta, I found that ratio was 0.4. Oh my gosh, 40% of the purchase price, but the mill rates are higher. So you're going to find out that for that particular community, I would say, that takes care of the taxes. Then the big thing is also insurance. Alicia, so we need to see if this property is in flood zone or hurricane zone, all that stuff, because more money will be needed to insure the property. So
and banks will require that, right?
Exactly. And the lender, the bank is not going to give you the loan, guys, unless you really get all insurance taken care of from their perspective. We are only bringing 20%, 25%, or 30% down, Alicia, but the bank or the Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, all these institutions, they want to cover their behind, so they are giving 70, 80% of the loan. So they want to make sure all proper insurances are taken. All right. Then the other thing I would like to say is the property management, marketing, fee, and then maintenance. Oh my gosh, that's a huge expense. So you want to make sure the older property will need more maintenance hours and materials and everything. Then the other part is marketing. If the property is really into the boonies, you can't see it from outside, you may have to spend more money in advertising to get the people, traffic to the property, or also for the curb appeal and all that, I call it. Then comes the payroll. Oh my gosh. A lot of times in the reports we get from the property brokers and the sellers, they say, oh no, we have been self-managing. We don't have any expense.
Are you able to get all those reports prior to doing the LOI?
Oh yeah, definitely. See, the thing is, once you get like a pocket listing or anything like that, this handkerchief is kind of popping out. I think there's a magic.
There might be a listing in there.
There's a rabbit in there. I know. I'm just kidding. We are having fun. That's the exciting part. I just show up here, Alicia, and, we have just so much fun, at doing these things. Again, we don't need to do them, but, we just enjoy. And if people are able to get something out of it, that's fabulous. Please like us, subscribe to us, and,
sure.
On your social media, guys. I mean, because that's what we like, we can, and also YouTube channel, my gosh.
Yes, we're going to start blowing that up for sure.
We are. And then, you can share the YouTube video with anybody across the nation, across the world, actually, So we can do that. But let's talk about, again, let's get back to the topic we are discussing. Is so important that all these things in the underwriting have to be taken care of before we really put the LOI. Of course, we can put the LOI with some vague terms, but it's better that once you find out that this property is something you're going after, it hits your criteria, then get deeper into it. Spend that half an hour, maximum half an hour you need in the underwriting tool that I provide, in my university. The thing is, it's so complicated, but it's so easy. That's the best part. People
because it seems like it would take more than a half hour.
It should not. It should not at all. And it just flows. Everything flows so nicely all the way. And I designed it, Alicia, because of necessity. I was thinking, oh my gosh, I'm syndicating a property every 2 months, right? Yeah. I mean, raising money, closing on deals, getting to the next one and all that. So I said, let me design something with my team. By the way, I want to give them credit. We put the ideas together and now this flows so good. It makes all these charts for the investor so easy. That's the best part. By just doing the underwriting, everything is already laid out and you just send it to CREOP, which I used to send it. Very good people. And they just put it into the information packet for you for a few $100, So that's exciting. But the thing is, you got to look at all these expenses. Payroll expense, marketing expense, administrative expense, management fee expense, and then, of course, the maintenance and repair expense, and then the tax and the insurance. So those are the big 5, 6, whatever I shared with right now.
Oh, I kept hearing like cha-ching.
That's money going out. But then we say, that's the NOI. Okay. Now from the NOI, we need to look at what are the terms of our loan. See? So that's where I teach also. Let's make sure we know what terms are going on right now or in the next 30 days that we will be able to get it from the loan broker, bank, institution, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, whoever it is. But that also add 0.25 to that percentage. I know the interest rates have been going down right now. We are in August of 2019. So, interest rates have gone down. We just got the property for 3.82%, 30-year amortized, 10-year fixed, 5-year interest only. The new quotation we got from the broker now is 3.5. Oh my gosh, it's the cheapest money ever. One can get and lock in 3.5% for 10 years. Even if the interest rate goes to 7-8% and yours is locked in at 3.5%, guess what? You will be able to sell it to another buyer in 4 or 5 years. And they'll assume the loan, it's called, right? Assume the loan. So that is a very, very lucrative thing. So that's why we say, that this is the right time, even though adjustment is coming. Nobody has a crystal ball at all, so we want to make sure. But see, so that's where the deal analysis is so important that we come up with the right cap rate, COC. I don't really go after cap rate that much, Alicia. I believe that if the cash on cash return is strong, that you can pay to the investors preferred return if you're syndicating, or if it's making sense to you and you're buying it yourself, then you're not sharing any cash flow at all, right? It's all 100% is yours.
Okay. So at the end of each one of our shows, I always like to ask you for a nugget of advice because analyzing a deal, there's so many more layers to this, or there's so many layers to this, but I think we could probably have 10 podcasts about it. But, I know we're probably, hitting on the high end of this one, but tell me what is your nugget of advice for somebody who is, at the point they're analyzing a deal, they're past that 40,000 foot mark, you know what I mean? But they're looking to before the LOI stage. Where's the nuggets coming from today?
Totally. I would say that, please just don't get a deal and say, let me just send an LOI. I would say go with a good planned attack of what are the 3 segments, 3 areas of the market you're going after, and start building, the teams over there. I say 2 or 3, one in your backyard, maybe if you have like that emerging. I say jobs. Anybody who's been following me, I hope I really crush it with the jobs. That's the best thing to go after. and jobs bring households, and households bring the occupancy of your communities, apartment communities, and so forth. So biggest thing is to really delegate your time to find the right neighborhoods, and then you do the broker relationships and get the good deals, so that once you have already done that homework, then you'll be very excited to put some LOIs in that area, because you are looking for in this zip code, you're looking for these number of units, and then the lead comes and you do your quick underwriting. I'm a massive action kind of guy. Many of you have seen me. I push you to the hilt. You got to really say, I'm going to do it today, not tomorrow, not any day in the future, right now, today. You hunker down, you look at the deal, you put your, blinders on, and you find from the 20,000 feet macro level, hey, it makes sense. Then you go to micro level, you start texting and calling the broker, because broker also feels that, oh my gosh, this guy is really getting to me right now and asking me some questions. When you ask questions, it's a buying atmosphere. It's a buying atmosphere, because objections, if somebody gives you objections, investors or anybody or anything, they're buying. They're asking to give them something they're not understanding. You've got to really give the right answers and make them comfortable and let them understand what you're trying to say.
No, completely agreed. I love it. All right, guys. All right, guys. You just got your weekly syndication golden nugget from Mr. Smiles, Vinney Chopra. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and tune in each week and learn how to take your syndication investing business to the next level. You guys can tune in and check out Mr. Smiles on his Facebook Live at 10 o'clock. I think it's the Vinney and Bo Show. Also, you can check Mr. Smiles out on his website at VinneyChopra.com. There you can learn, you can apply to learn and to be mentored at his academy. You can partner with him, or you can invest with him. So there's lots of different options. And also, guys, don't forget to check out his book out on Amazon. Apartment Syndication Made Easy. It's a #1 international bestseller. So definitely check that out. Mr. Smiles, thank you again for coming in this weekend and sharing your time and all of your knowledge with us.
Thank you, Alicia. Thank you so much. I enjoy coming to the weekly show, and I hope everybody's liking it, subscribing, and giving, sharing it with their friends and family, so that, we can make it a better world in multifamily investing. I'm also putting together a really great lesson plan as what I did when I started out 12 years back. And I think that'll be really great. A mini course, how to get started at a lower level with some duplex and fourplex and eightplex. Now I'm buying, $50, $60 million buildings. But when I started, I only did fourplexes and duplexes. So there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
I love it. All right, guys. If you guys have any questions, please comment below, and I will make sure that we ask in the next time we meet with Mr. Chopra. So, Vinney, thank you so much for coming in this week, and we will see you next week.
Have a great one, guys. Kill it. Do it. It's time. This is the time. This is the time. Have a good one. Bye-bye, Alicia.
It's done. Bye-bye.
Be sure to listen to Mr. Smiles next week with more golden nuggets and top-notch coaching tips. You can reach him by going to VinneyChopra.com or texting the word syndication to 474747. Be sure to like, comment, and share to show everyone how Mr. Smiles has brought your apartment syndication business to the next level.